What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Let's just go right to the gym. Just right to the gym. Right to the gym. Son of a pa! Well, that did not work. So what you saw me unpack was actually the Canon 10-22 lens, and the wide angle lens that I've always been using is the 10-18. So this is very, very similar. But what's better about this is it allows me to have a lower f-stop. So this goes from a 3.5 to a 4.5 compared to the 10-18, which goes from 4.5 to 5.5, I believe. So I can go all the way to 22 millimeters and be at the exact same f-stop as I was initially with the other lens. So it's a very slight benefit, but if it is a nicer picture and a better video, then I think it's worth it. So I'm gonna kind of test out this lens tonight, and we're gonna see if you guys think it had a little bit of a better picture, a little bit more light in it. Let me know down below. I'm gonna test it for a couple days. If I like it, I'll keep it. If not, I'll send it back. But upgrades are important. Over the course of the next couple weeks, you're going to see me doing a lot of upgrades, investing a lot of money into the channel through my camera accessories, and through my computer. So a lot of cool kind of nerdy tech things to come over the next couple weeks. So besides the lens, I also picked up one of these big Joby GorillaPods, which would be really cool for like doing time lapses or just having a secondary tripod that serves a little bit different function than my main gigantic one. If I'm just going to be going to certain locations, I think this would be really beneficial. It wasn't that expensive, and I think this will, it can do things my other tripod can't, and it's always good. I ordered like a DSLR backpack. I might pick up another lens, actually, a Sigma 18-35 1.8, which is going to be a fantastic. And then also, this will be documented. I know a lot of you guys are going to go crazy for this, but if you are into PCs, you know what this means. We are building a PC rig, and these are the first two parts that come in over the course of the next week or two, or the week. All the parts will get in. When you're seeing this video, this coming up weekend, we're putting it all together. I'm going to document the whole process. Finally, investing a good amount into a PC that will be able to do everything I want and more. But it's important to invest into what you love to do, guys. So we are heading into the gym a little later than normal. It's about 8 o'clock, and the reason for this is going to be my new workout schedule probably during the week, because basically some things came up at the gym that I'm not gonna like dive super deep into, but basically I need to go there later now if I want to film. I'm no longer able to film directly after work. So it is kind of frustrating that I have to go home and wait, and then my whole night becomes longer, and just like all the days are getting longer now because I have to work out late, and then I have to do all the stuff before and after and kind of split everything up and then drive in the city and hope I find parking. And it's definitely frustrating, but for right now, I have to do what I have to do because this is the only place that I can lift and film at. So just something you got to do. Maybe I'll like, changing for the gym and then heading back in. But we're gonna head in now. We got dynamic lower to do, and it should be good. And we're gonna test out this lens a whole lot, so tell me if you like it. So, it begins, guys. 8 o'clock lifting, finding parking, walking the streets. But I think the thing I'm most disappointed about is I'm not gonna be able to get any cool outdoor shots in gym attire for a little bit. But we're gonna adapt to this, and we're gonna make the best out of a bad situation, because things could be worse. This whole week has just been bad for me. Like, it's just been so frustrating with like all of there's been so much Metro backup BS, a whole bunch of problems with like my suppliers and getting samples and things going the wrong address. That's super frustrating. This gym thing is another super frustrating thing. having to deal, I got like a parking ticket on Saturday and I have to contest it, and that's like a whole process in itself, and it's just annoying and just very frustrating week. Very frustrated. What's the movie quote from, is it Beer Fest? It's like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Oh. Okay, enough talking. Let's go to the gym. All right, so it is the dynamic day, and we are resetting the wave. So again, it's not gonna be that heavy tonight, so I'm probably not gonna show you every single set. So we've done 3-week wave with the safety bar. We went 75, 80, 85, and now we're gonna go back down to 75% for sets of 2. All right, so we're starting with the working sets, 310 pounds. Don't forget this is a 70-pound bar, so 25 extra pounds. So 310, and we're gonna go for 10 sets of 2. And since that is not super exciting, and you've seen that a bunch, what I'm gonna do in between my sets is actually kind of talk to you about my thoughts about strength training and how I feel I've kind of turned myself into someone who focuses on strength and how I got to that point and how my mentality is. So if you're interested in strength, interested in getting stronger, stick around. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is your thought process behind getting stronger. So when I first started my channel way back when, I basically focused the entire channel around deadlifts. I was like, that's the only thing people care about. I want to get better at deadlifts because that'll get me more subscribers. And now I'm lucky enough that I think enough of you like me for my personality and everything else I do, and you don't only care about my deadlifts. But when I was training, it may seem like, oh, that's simple, Max. But let's take, for example, when you go to do lat raises or reverse flies, okay? You know, you just do the movement. You just go in and you perform the movement. And that's what I used to be doing on deadlifts until I really started focusing on them. And then what I did is I would go in and train deadlifts with the mentality that I really wanted to get stronger at deadlifts. I wasn't just performing the exercise, I wasn't just performing the movement. I was going in there with the intensity that I wanted to excel at that, that I wanted to get stronger at it. And I think that's very, very important that you guys all do that on, you know, obviously every movement, you should do on every movement, but really the ones you really want to improve, you really want to get stronger at it, go in there with the mentality that you were training it to get stronger at it, not to just get the exercise over with. So the next thing that I'm going to mention is actually probably going to contradict what I just said, and that is don't take your training too seriously. And back in the day when I ran Gym Runner 531 and I used to train with my roommates and my friends on a consistent basis, like every single day, friendly competition was something that we had all the time in the gym, and we would always be kind of, you know, poking fun at each other and making our lifting sessions enjoyable. I think sometimes people get caught up in the training and they get so into it, they're like, I'm so dedicated in the gym, I can't talk to anyone, I can't have any enjoyment in the gym, it's gotta be training, training, training. And that's not the case. Don't be afraid to have fun in the gym, and don't be afraid to fail at your lifts. Again, you have a long time to be lifting, and if you think that you're gonna make, you know, go from a 400-pound deadlift to a 700-pound deadlift in like a year or two, it's likely it isn't going to happen. You're going to get to a point where your progress is going to come to a screeching halt, and that is where I am at right now. Johnny Candido actually made an excellent video very recently. I highly recommend you guys go to his channel, Johnny Candido, and watch his video on realistic milestones, I believe it's called. And he makes some great points in there about how it may take you a year to go up 10 or 15 pounds in a lift at a certain point. When I was on Gym Runner 531, I did go up 100 pounds in my deadlift in a year. That is not going to happen for everyone, and that is not going to continuously happen. Okay, there are some outliers out there, but for the general population and everything else that goes on in your life, that much progress in a short amount of time and that huge of a jump is not realistic every single year. So you have to be okay with your progress getting a little slower at a certain point. one thing that I do in between my sets because I can't ever remember numbers because I use this little peg thing. So I am on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means I've just done my 5th set. I'm on my 6th set. Yeah. Another little trick tip that again should be pretty goes without saying. Is that the saying? Goes without saying? Needless to say, is don't be afraid to constantly be learning. I am still to this day not an expert at lifting. I'm not an expert at deadlifts. I have a nice deadlift, but I do not consider myself an expert at the movements. I'm still constantly learning. I'm still open to learning. So don't ever think you know everything. When you think you know everything, you don't know everything. There's always stuff to learn, especially in strength. So you want to get stronger? Soak in a lot of information. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is do not compare yourself to someone that is stronger than you. It's good to have role models, it's good to have people that inspire you in strength, but do not let someone else's strength or someone else's progress, regardless of how long they've been lifting, what their weight is, you know, their age, whatever, do not let that demotivate you from your own progress. Everyone is different, trust me. 4 or 5, warm up. Let's go. My actual sets are singles of 480 pounds. So something cool that also used to do back in the day was challenges. And I don't know if the video is going to be up before this or after this, but what I'm going to attempt right now is to do 480 pounds in the deadlift, 295 pounds on the squat, 225 pounds in the bench press. And I'm going to try to do all that as fast as possible. It's 1,000 pounds. There was a challenge by Tim Thibodeau, and he did it in like 35 seconds. Candido did it in like under 15, so I'm gonna try to beat them because I am quite competitive. I upped the deadlift a little bit from what they did, and I started with the deadlift because basically the timer will start as soon as you begin the movement. So as soon as I reach down to do the deadlift, and I feel like I'm the quickest at that, so I started with that at the beginning. This is how I have it set up. You guys should definitely check out that video and see how I do, even though I'll probably tell you afterwards. So there is a perfect example of not overthinking your training, because I did not complete my entire workout tonight because I spent a good 30 minutes planning out how I was going to do that challenge, setting up the challenge, doing the challenge 3 times, filming the clips for the challenge. So I only got to do deadlifts and squats tonight. So again, I'm not like, no, my workout, you know, like it's not that big of a deal. That was really awkward to do. I'm glad no one walked in. But you know, sometimes you just gotta have fun and do some challenges. Okay, I'm gonna go home and edit this. So you guys know how I said I've been having like just the worst day or week ever, which is like bad luck back to back. Another thing is I left my keys at work. Luckily my brother was home when I got home, but now, because I got home so late, I've never even been down to this part of the parking garage. This is like the 3rd level, which I didn't even know existed. I got literally the last, there's 2 parking spots left in this entire garage. I got the last one. And to get into your building, you need your fob, and I don't have that. So I had to call my brother to come let me in. But some great news that I'm so happy about is that I have finally acquired EverForward, the handle for Twitter and Instagram. The guy who owned it, I don't know if he wants his name to be said, but he owned it, and I tried to contact him for months, never had any luck. He finally got in contact with me, told him my story, told him about you know, why I'd love to have the handles, and he gave them up to me. And I want to thank him so much. So make sure you guys go follow just at EverForward on Twitter and Instagram. So beyond happy. So that's awesome. Noah! Noah, the people missed you. Get on your back. Get on your back. Nellen wide angle. One of my favorite things about making clothes is getting in samples. So we just got in all new samples to give you guys a little tease as to what we're kind of working with and looking at. And then basically what I'll do is I will see what I like, see what colors I like, see what changes I need to make, because they're never like 100% perfect. Sometimes you need to change stuff, but very, very excited. Stay tuned because I will be officially announcing the next Ever Forward launch very soon.